Oh God, dating is a freaking disaster. It's not a place you actually want to be in your 50s. They all go for the younger women. So my dating puddle, even though I think I'm pretty smart and I'm not bad looking and I am as invisible to, I'd say 70% of the men.
So it goes to show when women get older, it's their dating pool decreases. Time is on our side as men, and time is not on women's side.
Women whose relationships didn't end well or didn't go anywhere are hardly going to give a glowing recommendation of a man. Talking about bedroom antics is one of their go-to shaming tactics. If the person has a dodgy past or is exhibiting dangerous behavior, that's one thing, but the rest is why dating exists. It's to get to know the person and find out if they are a good fit. Women do their utmost to sabotage other women's lives. Women hate other women being happy in a relationship or marriage. Women enjoy creating misery, especially for other women. Anyone who pays attention knows that men insult each other all the time, but they don't mean it, while women compliment each other all the time, but they don't mean it either. There are precious few women who have the strength of character to let other women be happy if they are not. Contrary to what they frequently claim, it is safe to state that women are just not prepared to face the wall. What exactly is the wall? It isn't a physical or actual wall. It's actually a moment when a lady has passed her prime age, and SMV. In the last 10 years, this concept has become more and more well-liked. Men and women have always known this, but it wasn't always as publicly acknowledged or talked about as it is now. The fact is that for the first time in human history, men have become truly independent. Never before have men been given the chance to pursue their goals and fulfillment, without the weight of a woman and children dragging them down and rooting them to the ground. Thank God for M2 and subsequent insane laws that kicked us all in the back hard, if not careful and aware. The trend towards tolerating, placating, indulging, and even advocating for weak, inferior, and even toxic mindsets and opinions in culture, and especially in politics, is what has led to men allowing for this sorry state of affairs in today's world. If more men would simply return to a more practical, disciplined approach to all aspects of life, the natural order of things in a healthy society would quickly fall back into place. There are women who will absolutely agree to this, and then there will be some who will totally deny this. Women in their 30s hit the wall. Their value in the scale of desirability drops by significant levels. However, many women deny this. They can't deny the laws of biology. Many women in their early 30s have more than 20 years of proven success catching men's attention. Men have and always will desire to date women in their prime, even when they are as young as their early 20s or as elderly as their 50s and 60s. Many women have told me tales of how, when they were in their mid-20s, shady 50-year-old guys would hit on them, and that when they were 25, high school boys would try to get them to go out on dates with them. In this sense, the world is our oyster, but not the world of the woman. This is due to the fact that women reach their adult potential in their 20s, and after that, their value begins to drop. While for men, they start to peak after their 30s, and their value only increases up until their 50s. Most women can easily attract the attention of men of any age when they are in their 20s, but beyond the age of 30 to 35, when their appearance starts to deteriorate, the attention of teenagers, 20-somethings, and even men of their own age start to fade as they start to focus on younger women instead. I once met a man who had 3 children in 3 years with 3 separate women, all of whom claimed to be taking the pill. He is currently supporting 2 children and residing with the lady who gave birth to his 3rd child. I used to believe that once their friends started having babies, a lot of ladies my age would start having children as well, especially in the group of individuals I hang out with. Many of my female friends who are in partnerships and are in their mid-30s have decided against having children at all. A lot of the ladies in groups of 10 to 15 who hang out together choose not to have children. Due to the fact that these 35-year-old ladies are still partying and clubbing as they did in their 20s, the few women who did have children are no longer accepted into this particular social circle. I find it revolting that women go to cougar clubs in an effort to meet 25-year-old males. Most of these 25-year-old males only worry about getting laid, which severely undermines the self-esteem of many women. However, they don't seem to give a damn. They want to continue the party for just a little bit longer before they reach middle age, because they need the attention of young, handsome men. Many women experience the second wall in their early to mid-40s, and by that time, many have lost the capacity to entice even 20-year-old gentlemen who are only interested in physical intimacy. They typically begin gaining weight and enter menopause at that time. Asian and Black women age more slowly than white women, yet once they start to lose their beauty, many of them age rapidly. In the space of a few years, a 38 or 39-year-old Asian lady may transform from looking like she's 29 or 32 to looking as if she's in her early 40s. I may not be seeing the wall that appeared 10 years before she turned 40, since I am a white dude. If I'm incorrect, do let me know. This is simply my observation, and I'd be interested in learning more about this specific issue. Women often mature earlier than men do when they are teenagers because they have historically had the reproductive advantage when it comes to passing on their genes. This is because, especially at times in our history when resources were scarce, the earlier women mature, the higher the prospects are for the survival of our species. They will, however, wither earlier as well because they flower earlier. Men with money and resources are more likely to attract women, and smart men who put out the effort and save money will only become more alluring to women over time. Men, on the other hand, are drawn to women because of their capacity for reproduction. The aging process can be compared to a game of poker full of deception and other types of misdirection where both sides are involved. For example, if a man and a woman were playing poker in their early 20s, the man starts with 1 chip and the woman has 90, but by the time they are 35, he has 85 of those chips, and she has only 6. Your financial resources have a significant impact on your status and alternatives in real life, just like in poker. More women than men that I am aware of wasted their money rather than save it when they were young. They would go on trips, purchase shoes, have supper out a couple of times a week, and hang out a lot with their pals. When they are in their mid-30s, they would also spend a lot of money on makeup and cab fare. I've come across women who are deeply indebted from credit card debt and student loans and are searching for a wealthy man to bail them out. Here's the brutal reality. The majority of women are not ready for the wall. Several women in their early 30s have successfully caught men's attention for over 20 years. The desire to date women in their prime has been and will continue to exist in males as young as their early 20s and as old as their 50s and 60s. Young ladies have received the attention they have always desired from men of all ages and social backgrounds who have shown them love and concern. Women peak at 18 and have that youthful fertility until 30. Men, however, reach their peak after their 30s and their worth continues to rise until their 50s. When a woman is in her 20s, she can often effortlessly draw the attention of men of any age. However, after the age of 30 to 35, when a woman's appearance begins to deteriorate, the attention of teenagers, 20-somethings, and even older men begins to wane as they begin to focus on younger women. Most men need a year or two to get to know a woman before becoming engaged and then getting married. As a result, if a guy marries a 35-year-old woman after going through this process, she won't give birth until she's 38, which will significantly reduce her odds of having children. A woman in her early to mid-30s must begin considering men in their late 30s, 40s, and perhaps even 50s as potential suitors. Many of these older men are now the only ones left on the market because they have already had children and marriages. If these men are divorced, they likely already have children and might want a second wife. And if women keep being stubborn about these realities of life, they should just sit back, relax, and enjoy their time with their cats. There is no hope for modern women. There just isn't any way to find a guy and build a relationship if you are online accepting criticism, judgment, and validation from other women. Serious women know the first rule of Fight Club. No matter what, don't share your relationship shit with other women. Don't ask single or divorced women for advice about anything. Thanks for watching The Circle of Kings. As always, we're looking forward to your support. So please hit the like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to the channel to stay updated with everything all kings like yourself need to know.